in circles, never leave me alone. Say I don't answer the
actually saying the transition has started because, hey, he says the votes aren't in yet.
Democracy is sometimes messy. It sometimes requires a little patience as well. But that patience has been rewarded now for more than 240 years.
Meanwhile, President Trump came out last night to the White House podium in a fury.
As everyone now recognizes, media polling was election interference in the truest sense of that word.
Without any evidence, the president claimed the votes still being counted in his favor were legitimate, but that somehow votes still being counted for Joe Biden were not.
You see that on election night, we were ahead in vote in North Carolina by a lot, tremendous number of votes, and we're still ahead by a lot, but not as many, because they're finding ballots all of a sudden. Oh, we have some mail-in ballots.
That's not true. Not only has there been no evidence that there was widespread voter fraud, there haven't even really been specific claims from Trump's team as to what they think happened at all these different polling places. There's no one like, here's a list of dead people, here's the return envelopes in which they sent in ballots. There's none of that. It's either really tiny or really big blanket accusations. Let's go to ABC's chief White House correspondent, Jonathan Karl. John, how is each campaign treating this time before all the votes are in?
Well, quite starkly different. The Biden campaign is basically saying, let's patiently count the votes. We fully expect to win.
But at the end of the day, we will win by a sizable number of votes in Pennsylvania.
And they think that there's a good chance that they're going to also flip Georgia, although they acknowledge that's more likely to go into a recount mode. The Trump campaign on the other side is fighting everything.
I would expect there will be additional legal action to make sure that we have eyes on previous ballots that have been counted. So as we talk about these magical sacks of ballots
Being discovered, there's no evidence of that. We've just not seen that. I say that as a black and white issue that does not exist at this point.
I mean, all over the map, making it clear that, as Trump himself has said, he wants to challenge every state that has Biden gaining votes. I mean, it's a pretty basic strategy of all-out war on the states that are going to put Biden in the White House if he wins them. So,
But to wage a war, John, you need an army, right?
yeah, you do.
Yeah, so who is in the army here? Is it the supporters that the Trump campaign has been emailing even after the votes were counted, asking for money? Is it lawyers? Is it the GOP establishment? Like, who is going to pound the drum for the president saying, yeah, he's in the right here, stop counting some of these votes?
Well, the GOP itself has been remarkably quiet, actually. If you look, the president's been making loud accusations.
If you count the legal votes, I easily win.
But you don't see, by and large, Republican leaders in Congress jumping on that bandwagon.
Finding you win the election is different from finishing the count. They've been so quiet that not one but two of Donald Trump's sons have come out and attacked the Republican leadership. Donald Trump Jr. Had a tweet out yesterday saying the total lack of action from virtually all the 2024 GOP hopefuls is pretty amazing. And Eric Trump was even broader in his criticism. He was questioning, where is the GOP? Where are the Republicans? And I'll tell you where the Republicans are, Brad. The Republicans believe, by and large, that the president has a potentially really narrow path. I'm going to donate $500,000 tonight to President Trump's defense legal fund. But they look at an election that happened that went very well for them. Thank you very much.
You're adding Republicans to the House of Representatives. The Republicans are keeping the Senate. We added a governorship last night in the Republican Party, and we flipped state houses at a time when redistricting is going to come.
So Republicans are not going to torch the American, election system and raise questions about its credibility. First of all, because that's not really something that elected leaders do generally. But they're also not going to do it because they've won. Yeah, but especially because they've won. I mean, and even if they lost, but they won. They did very well.
We have no doubt that when the count, Senator Harris and I will be declared the winners. So, I ask everyone to stay calm, all people to stay calm. The process is working.
Well, so it makes me wonder, for either candidate, like, at what point are we going to hear these guys come out and say, I'm the next president of the United States? Like, Joe Biden, if ABC projects that he's got 270 electoral votes, is he... I mean, was want Trump to call him? Would he come out and say, I'm the next president? And likewise, if President Trump lost, and like that's the electoral math at the moment, it could change, but if he lost, would he actually concede?
Biden's come very close, and what Biden has said is that he is confident that they're going to win. And Donald Trump has basically said that he's won except for the votes that are being stolen. So I think that Biden will give that message day in and day out if this goes on for days.
It is the will of the voters. No one, not anything else, that chooses the President of the United States of America.
And then, it's at some point when the news organizations have called the race, and I think he will come out and do a rather formal declaration of victory. I don't see Donald Trump really necessarily ever doing a traditional concession speech, but the Republicans I have spoken to, and I've spoken to quite a few over the past 24 hours who are both close to the White House and the White House legal team, my sense is that there's a confidence that Donald Trump will ultimately accept.
I put it in the kitchen.
That's a little different than conceding. He may concede. This is the way I said this back to somebody very close to the president who laughed and thought it was a good way of putting it. He may concede. Donald Trump may concede that the election was stolen from him. So, ultimately that means acknowledging a transfer of power, but as he's going out, again, this is all assuming he lost, and that we are still counting votes. But if he loses, he could leave the White House and out the door, say that it was stolen from him.